Good evening, viewers. Good evening, wherever you are. This is Mzalendo, and welcome once again to Africa 24. And today we are going to dwell on only maybe two topics. And as the title says, ODM Kumewaka. Kumewaka means that things are really tight in that political party, and because one Baba is going to the AU, and there's uh, a lot of party infighting for the position of the party leader. But yesterday, the ODM brigade met and they selected one Professor Nyang Nyongo as their leader. So we are going to look into what is happening in that particular party and the decision to choose Prof as the leader. But first, also gaining a lot of momentum is the American election. And yesterday, Donald J. Trump had a very rough time with Kamala Harris on the debate stage. This is one of the most viewed political debates in the history of America, and for sure, Kamala Harris took the day yesterday. She really mocked Donald Trump, and Trump, as usual, was given a break, and she started ranting on very funny things like Africans, immigrants who are coming to the US are actually stealing dogs and cats and having them for dinner. That was very serious coming from a presidential candidate with the caliber of Donald Trump, who was the former president of the United States of America. But according to the pollsters, we have polls have adjusted a bit in favor of Harris in most of the swing states, and on particular issues that Donald Trump is leading on the issue of the economy and on the issue of immigration. Donald Trump is leading on those particular issues. But when he was told to execute his point yesterday, he failed terribly on the debate stage. And if elections were to be held just immediately after the debate, or according to what happened in the debate stage, then definitely Kamala Harris was going to be the winner of that particular debate. But moving on, let's get to our local politics. But as it stands right now, the race is quite tight. Kamala Harris is leading nationally by probably 2 to 3 points nationally. But the good part is that she's leading in most of the swing states. She's leading in the majority of the swing states. Now, what will determine this election is Pennsylvania state. That's where we have 19 electoral college votes. That's the biggest college votes in the US. And if Kamala picks up that, then the election is over for Donald Trump. It becomes more difficult for Donald Trump. But as it is right now, she's leading with a very narrow margin in that particular state. So let us go back to our local politics. And as usual, there is a lot of drama in Kenyan politics. And we are going to dive straight
to be communicated. In the meantime, however, the party insists that forthwith Number one, that in light of the grueling campaign by our party leader and the need for him to focus on this for the AU chairmanship, he has designated His Excellency Honorable Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the Governor of Kisumu, to chair any and such meetings of this committee, the Central Committee, that may become necessary during periods of his absence. For those of you not familiar with the constitution of ODM, the Central Committee is the only organ of the party that is chaired by the party leader, and that therefore, for him to concentrate on his campaigns as the chairperson for the chairpersonship of the AUC, he has designated the Governor of Kisumu, His Excellency Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, to chair the meetings of this committee whenever he will not be able to attend. Number two, that the state of affairs in Kakamega County Assembly has now become unacceptable. The party has, via official communication, designated Honorable Geoffrey Ondiro as the majority leader. This directive has, however, been repeatedly frustrated by individuals led by the county governor, the speaker, and the former leader of majority, Honorable Maina. The committee has therefore resolved to summon the three to appear before it at a date to be communicated. In the meantime, however, the party insists that forthwith the speaker must implement the directives, and further that all purported changes to committee membership and leadership be and are hereby revoked. Number three, that the party has also received complaints of wrangling within its ranks in Kilifi County, and the committee has resolved that the two deputy party leaders, His Excellency Honorable Simba Arati, the Governor of Kisii, and Honorable Ososi, the Senator for Vihiga, as deputy party leaders, to hold an urgent meeting with all stakeholders in Kilifi to resolve this matter. They shall be joined by the National Organizing Secretary, who is here, the Honorable Abdisalam. Number four, that all party members must continue to remain disciplined and avoid actions and words that undermine the party and its organs. Members are reminded that all sanctioned party meetings must and shall be organized and communicated through the National Secretariat. Invitations to any meetings of any organs of the party not originating from the National Secretariat should henceforth be ignored. Lastly, that
you've just heard the party Secretary General, that is Honorable Sifuna, the Nairobi Senator, articulating the party policies and saying that that they have decided that one Professor Anyang' Nyong'o is now the proposed party leader in the absence of one Raila Odinga. So what does this mean? It means for people like who have been following the politics very, very keenly, somebody like James Orengo has been on the forefront supporting Raila Odinga, and we have seen James Agri Orengo in most of Raila functions, especially when there are demonstrations, when there are court cases. And many people, including myself, thought that James Orengo would be the best suited for this particular position. But as it appears, Raila Odinga favors the Kisumu governor, one Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, for the position of party leader. And I think this must have been informed by the recent outburst of James Agri Orengo, especially when Raila Odinga joined Mr. Ruto. That didn't augur very well, because Orengo said that he doesn't agree with the coalition of ODM and UDA, and he said that William Ruto is on his way out. So I think that did not go so well, and he has been very, very vocal after that. But of recently, he has toned down that kind of rhetoric. I think the party leader of ODM does not like criticism, and to look at this very, very deeply is that James Orengo has been in the forefront fighting for multi-party democracy. He has also been representing the party in very, very high-profile cases within ODM. So who is this James Orengo? James Orengo was a firebrand in Kenyan politics between 1970s and 1980s. So Orengo, who was a real firebrand, and Mr. Orengo is still very, very active in politics, and he doesn't mince his words. So some of these things are what probably kicked him out of being the party leader, because he's somebody who speaks his mind at any given time, and you've heard him cautioning many governments, including the government of the late President Daniel Arap Moi. Uh, he is also a symbol is like a symbol of resistance. He's been in the resistance movement for a very, very long time, since his campus life. And remember, Orengo came into the limelight when he was only 29 years old. So this guy has been long enough in the political circle. He has really paid the price, and I thought, not, and so many other people in the quarters thought that James Orengo, having worked with the late Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and now Raila Odinga, would have been best suited to be the heir apparent for ODM party. But unfortunately for James Orengo, he was not among those who were selected as the heir apparent. So that gives us the new leader. The new leader is none other than Prof, the governor for Kisumu. Professor Anyang'o will be the one taking charge of the ODM party from henceforth. But who is Professor again? Professor Anyang'o was born in 1943. He was born in 1943. He is currently the governor for Kisumu, and he's 80 years old. So this obsession with age and people who are aging and political parties is not only affecting those in the US, but it's also affecting those in Africa. So Professor Anyang'o is not new in the political circles. He was a teacher at the University of Nairobi, teaching political science, and later on he had some teaching career in Mexico and Addis Ababa. So Prof he is a seasoned politician also, and a member of the Orange Democratic Movement. He became the member of parliament for Kisumu Central constituency on an NAC ticket in the year 2002. and his political career dates back to 1992 when he was first elected in parliament. He served as a nominated MP between 1998 and 2000 and two thereabout. Uh, he's also been a minister for planning and planning. He served the government uh, as the minister for health then during the years 2008 when we had the Grand Coalition government. I think so. Yeah, he was a minister. So Nyong'o also fought for the second liberation of this country and democratization of Kenya. So Nyong'o, what does he bring on the table in the absence of Raila Odinga? So he brings a lot of experience in politics and in governance, and he's seen as a more sober leader rather than James Orengo, who is seen more of a rebellious and radical leader. But why am I bringing this story of ODM and what is happening in ODM? First, the interest with public interest that ODM, these elections have been happening in the boardroom, and every time we are told that the party has decided, the organs of the party has decided. I don't know when the people will decide who to lead them in this particular party. So we wait for the day when the members of ODM will rise up to the occasion and demand to be part and parcel of the selection of leaders of the party. So until then, I think it is unfortunate for the Orange Democratic Movement to ignore the wishes of the members of the party, and that is why this is a very very top story. Being ODM is one of the biggest political movement in Kenya, and when it comes to democracy, it fails big time because some of the policies are very very dictatorial, very very dictatorial, and they need to think deeply how this is affecting the members who wanted to see some of these leaders arise in positions, and we see them how they are going to bring their case forward to lead the Orange Democratic Movement. Maybe a debate would have been very, very good in this particular incident, so that we see what they are going to offer differently from what Raila Odinga has been offering. Remember, there's been a lot of complaints in this particular movement, especially when it comes to nominations and things like that. ODM has not been faring on very well when it comes to nomination exercises. So it lacked transparency. And now that they are also in government, it needs a very, very sober kind of leader who will steer them into government and at the same time ensure that their base is not rattled. But as it is right now, I can tell you that the confusion in the party has really put off some of the young leaders in the Orange Democratic Movement, notably Babu Owino and the likes are no longer interested in what is happening in ODM movement. People like Oledama, Olekina, we no longer see them. I think Sifuna was away for some time and is now back. But this gentleman, I can tell you for free, it is only that they depend so much on this particular movement that they can't live at this particular time. There is so much that happens with the leadership. Some of them have got loans and all that, and they are servicing these loans, and they have to toe the line of the political party. But I can tell you, once we are going for the elections in 2027, there'll be a lot of realignment in the Orange Democratic Movement because most of these young people are not happy the way they have been treated by the political leadership. But remember what happened before. I just want to take you back a bit to what really happened before we got all this drama. In fact, there was the wrangle initially that was bringing the cracks in ODM, where Mbadi tells people like Oparanya to relax, and Babu Owino to relax on the issues of succession in the party. But you see, Raila Odinga, with all his wisdom, look at what he did. I made sure that one, these disgruntled members of the political movement are taken care of. Oparanya is now in government. Joe has even sworn that he will not leave government. Mbadi the same. These are guys who are yearning to be in that particular position. So their appetite for being in government is more than serving the people of their constituency. So for them, they're already comfortable. Now, there is this other base that Raila Odinga has not taken care of, and this is the political base of Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, Eddie Okech, and so many other young people who are emerging leaders within the party. Many members who I've spoken to are telling me that they feel suppressed. They feel that their opinion is not regarded anymore in the party, and they are being pushed out technically. Remember, I had this analysis much earlier, and I told one Babu Owino, who is a very vibrant politician, that the only way for him to survive in this political outfit is to work party that he can be absorbed in 2027. Remember, these realignments that are happening within the political party, we will see a lot of them, even in UDA. People are not very safe in UDA. And with the sacking of one Malala, it creates a vacuum for somebody to step in and be the Secretary General for UDA. So in UDA, there is also a problem that is brewing in UDA. ODM is trying very much to appease its base without causing a lot of wrangles by simply appointing leaders to positions. This, as I said, is affecting some of those who subscribe to the ODM ideology and philosophy. ODM was founded as a democratic movement, and the appointment of these leaders should be transparent. They should tell us, one, why they chose to appoint one professor Anyang'o as the leader, and not James Angry Orengo. And from the experience, from the services that James Orengo was offered ODM, I think this was not very, very good. It was like in Swahili, they would say, Asante ya punda ni mateke. So James Orengo, the way I see it, is being kicked out, and probably, and please let us watch this space and be glued to Africa 24. In 2027, ODM will be running against James Orengo, and Orengo will be probably having a different political grouping. There is so much that is happening in the political scene. Remember, James Orengo was seen the other time comfortably with Gashagwa. That is where his problem started. Otherwise, he was very much fit to be the party leader for ODM. I think he was shortchanged the last minute when he started leaning towards the deputy president. And James Orengo, as I said, is a man who does not mince his word. When the coalition began, when the talks began between Raila and William Ruto, James Orengo was the very first person to come out very, very strongly to say we cannot be looking for positions, party positions, while our people are dead. That was a very weighty statement coming from a governor. A governor is not just any other MP or a senator. He is a governor of the great county of Siaya. And when he said that, the next positions for governor is probably is the presidency. But we've seen some of them deflect to senators. I think those are extreme greedy governors who really want to still be in positions of power. But I believe a governor should, after being a governor, the best place for you to be is either run as a deputy president or the president of the Republic of Kenya, because you have garnered enough experience to be a leader of the country. So that is what is happening in the political scene, and many, many more stories. Tomorrow, I think I need to tackle the issue of the attorney, the issue of accusation of the Kenya of JKIA by a private investor. There are the pros and cons of this. We will dive into some of the issues that can be positive, but majorly what the danger in this is that the guy who was acquired JKIA, whether it is on contract basis or not, he is going to come up with a team, and this will affect the workers working there at JKIA. Some of them will be layered off because a private investor really wants efficiency, and when they want efficiency, is that all, Zalendo? No, that's not. That's not all. That's all Gypsy Corner. I mean, it's a bit late here, but we are going to touch on very many areas tomorrow. I was just testing my signal after a very long time of being absent on the social platform, but we are coming up with Mzalendo Uncensored. This is what we will be talking about, the issues that are really affecting the people of Kenya and the issues that people can't touch on. Today we were touching on ODM and why it is now the most undemocratic party, just selecting leaders for its members. Why they chose Anyang' Nyong'o to be their party leader instead of James Orengo. People are asking questions out there. And we here on Africa, we will keep on asking on behalf of the people of Kenya and on behalf of the supporters of ODM why they had to do that and why are these decisions being made very, very secretly. And I hope that we will be getting answers very, very soon from the party, or if it is on an interim basis, then they will be announcing when they should be having their elections so that the members can elect leaders of their choice. Because many people were looking up to that particular position. The Babu Owinos, the James Orengo, they were really looking at that position. And what has really emerged even on the press conference, there was some sound that were leaking that it seems that the visit of one George Aladwa to State House with his team is something that did not go very well with the Orange Democratic Movement. I told you here we will tell you stories that you'll never hear anywhere. It didn't go so well with the Orange Brigade, and you could see that they're not very, very happy with that. If you want to see Baba wa Taifa, William Ruto, you and you're a member of ODM, if you want, you have to toe the line. Utafuata lazima Raila akupatie nafasi kwanza. Gypsy Corner is saying Raila has gone with ODM. Blame him because of the handshake. I think the handshake was it a good thing? To others are saying that it was a good thing. It made Kenya stable. It's made Kenya stable, but Baba has been the master of the handshake. Sometimes people will look at it as a betrayal. Kalonzo looked at it as a betrayal, a big betrayal to the cause, because one, you didn't believe in what Azimio stood for. Secondly, so many people, including the supporters of ODM, had sworn that, this will never happen. But it happened. Politics in Africa, and especially in Kenya, people don't have stands. They think it is something that is stylish. It's not. In politics, for me, I feel that you need to have a stand. You need to be firm in whatever you believe in as a politician, and that is very, very important. Gives to what I say. Handshake was the beginning of everything gone wrong. It came with lies and lies. Yes, I agree with you. The handshake came with a lot of lies, a lot of promises. But the only way that I look at it is this way. When the handshake came, people felt like, this was a good position for us to get into government. Since Raila Odinga is going out into the AUC, then it is a good time for us to come and enjoy the fruits of government. While Baba also, in his wisdom, felt like, okay, fine, this party of mine, I can't leave it to these young people like Babu Owino. I'll find it destroyed. Let me leave it under the umbrella of one William Ruto and now Professor Anyang' Nyong'o to steer the party to the next frontier. And I think that is what these guys are looking at. They are looking at a possibility of a merger between ODM and UDA. That is the only logical conclusion that I can make, because I don't know how the 2027 elections will be. Most likely, it will be negotiated the way we have seen other coalitions working. That you don't field a candidate in these areas, which will be what is that word? Which will be actually not allowing the members of the community in that area to select leaders of their choice. So this is what will happen in 2027. You are a member of UDA, or you want to buy an ticket of UDA in an ODM stronghold, then you'll be told, "Apana, no, you can't buy here. This is an ODM zone." Same to Rift Valley and other areas that UDA will be controlling. You will not be allowed to buy, because there is also another factor, the other big factor of the Gen Zs, which cannot be neglected. You saw even in the American elections here, uh, when um, when uh, when the Gen Z endorsed Kamala Harris, then that was it. That was it. That election is almost gone now. You can't recover it, because that comes with an electoral college that is huge, very, very huge. People who have never voted and they are voting for the first time, and the enthusiasm going to 2027 will be very, very, very high there. It will be high both on both ends. Ruto will not force that enthusiasm to vote for, but the merger with ODM will bring that spike that is needed to go into elections in 2027. And that is why that merger, he needs it more than ODM really needs it. ODM chances of ascending to the presidency is quite remote. It's quite remote. They have given up. They will not even attempt to have a presidential candidate in 2027. So that one is out. So they will definitely be supporting William Ruto. Will William Ruto be working with one Gashagwa? Politics of Kenya is about deceit. I will not be surprised if they find a working formula in 2027. And the game will be very, very simple. We have united everybody else. The Luos are in, the Western people are in, the Kikuyus are in. So let us enjoy being in government. So that is what will happen in 2027. I see a possibility of William Ruto just going back to work with one Gashagwa, but you never know. Politicians in Kenya, ni vigeugeu. They are not consistent. They don't have policies that are consistent. They don't mean what they are saying. And until you see it done is when you will count on politicians in Kenya. You have seen that young man, Morara, going round Kenya, telling us of the projects that have been told that the leadership of William Ruto and Uhuru initiated and they never completed. Yes, Gachagua will be with Ruto. He is not going anywhere. Yeah, I agree with you. The people who don't agree with us, wataona tu hapa kwa Afrika when things will be very, very rosy. And why I say this, you see, the last trip Gachagua went to Western Nyanza, it was with the president. They were going there, and they were there. There's nothing. You see, but when he goes to his backyard, people are thinking that these guys are in quite a big rift. No, this is the kind of game that we are used to. This is the kind of game that was played by Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto until William Ruto became the president. So it is the same thing. And remember viewers out there and those that viewers out there that what it's called Uhuru said it. Raila said it in broad daylight that Uhuru called him and said, they have to save William Ruto's government. You see, this is, I don't know which word to use. Is it conmanship? Is it I don't know ni siasa gani hii sisi huchezewa, but it is something that sometimes uh, I can't believe it's either happening by default or by design, but more so I think it is happening by design. It's happening by design. I wouldn't be. I can't imagine that Uhuru Kenyatta would call Raila Odinga to help William Ruto when his government is collapsing. What is that? I wouldn't believe that one William Ruto would be today campaigning for Raila Odinga for the AUC seat, yeah, and campaigning vigorously with all his resources and taxpayers' money to make sure that Raila Odinga gets this particular position. I mean, what is this position? What is it in the interest of us as Kenyans? I even don't know the current AUC chairperson and the value that he has added to Kenya and to Africa in general. So this seat is more of a personal career enhancement of improvement for one Raila Odinga to be out there internationally, not flying the flag of Kenya, but flying the flag of Africa, negotiating for Africa on the big stage. But how does that benefit most of us? We would want to see the tangible benefits of these trade deals that are happening in the big stage when Raila negotiates with the allies. So what they will bring home, but I don't think that it will be be of any benefit. AU has been there for the longest time, and they can't resolve the simplest things. The war in Sudan, there is war going on in Sudan, just our neighbors here. I have not seen these leaders going there and stamping the authority or sending troops in Sudan to make sure that there's no more killing going on in Sudan. There is absolutely nothing that they're doing, and yet there is genocide happening in Sudan. Those two factions, military soldiers, are killing innocent people in the name of power. Yet they can't negotiate. They can't talk as African leaders and ensure that there is a lasting peace in Sudan. Look at Congo, Zaire. It has been having these wars for the longest time. These African leaders cannot come together and make a decision to ensure that there is a lasting peace among African brothers and sisters in wherever we are living. So we will wait and see if AUC chairmanship of Raila Odinga will stop the wars in the continent. So that is a bigger thing for me than my brother having that position. If he has that position and he has the answers to the solutions in Sudan, that's a bigger calling than me heaping praises for one Kenyan who has gotten a position of AUC and doing nothing with it. So Raila Odinga, we wish you all the best, and make sure when you go there, you perform. You make sure that there's lasting peace in Africa. and make sure that the dreams of Gaddafi, even if you cannot realize them all, at least we achieve a good percentage of it. So I mean, that is all we want in Africa and in AUC. Tomorrow, Gypsy Corner, we will try and investigate what happened in this school, this boarding school that killed so many people. That incident is quite a mystery. We understand that almost over 70 kids are still unaccounted for. Unaccounted meaning their bodies are not there. The dome imechomeka, watoto 70 hawajulikani pahali wako. Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Bwana William Ruto, 70 children are missing. 93. Gypsy tells me 93 kids are missing in this particular school. 93 are missing. People don't know where these kids are. And the cabinet is seated, and and the parliament is seated comfortably. Wameka, wanapiga, I don't know what is being discussed in parliament or senate right now. Gypsy, maybe you tell me what is being discussed in parliament right now. 93 kids are missing. Are missing. 93. Yet we still carry our business as usual. Yani hakuna kitu imefanyika. Ni kama hakuna kitu kimefanyika. Hao watoto wako wapi? Where are these children? 93 of them. We are still talking about JKIA acquisition and all that. Yet 93 kids are missing. Mr. President, can you do something? Wake up, isi mchezo, wake up. 93 of the people you govern are missing. Especially children, wata si hata watu wakubwa, ni watoto. People, leaders of tomorrow are missing. Kids who cannot defend themselves are missing. Could it be that these kids have been abducted, taken somewhere for, God forbid? Is it that there was a ritual happening in that particular school? Yet the whole country is quiet. What about the families? What about the brothers and sisters of these children? What about their parents? What are they feeling about the government of today? I saw the deputy president go there. Other people were saying he shouldn't have gone there. I don't know how people think in this country. I mean, this is something that it is in the national domain. We need to have answers. We need to have answers. We need to have answers to where these children are. We are going to press it on. We are personally, tomorrow it is a show about these children. We need to know where they are. We need to make a lot of noise until Kindiki and his troop they act. Baleratoa watoto tujui, but we need these kids. We need to know where they are. If they were burnt, we need to see the bodies. Tunataka kujua hao watoto wako wapi. We can't live in a country 93 kids are missing. We carry business as usual. Tunaongea juu ya airport, juu JKA na siasa zetu za upumbavu. Instead of finding out where these kids are, we need to find out where these children are. Mr. President, na hii si tafadhali. Hawa watoto tunataka kujua wako wapi. If your security team is not working, people should be sacked. People should be sacked. Kama ni stories za DNA na nini, Gypsy Corner is telling me the DNA didn't match. Hata DNA zimefanyika and they didn't match, so it means that these kids were either abducted and that fire was just maybe a cover-up. But if God just forbid that somebody tried to adapt this, somebody in after all these kids, na kaenda nao usiku, mi hata sijui, I can't imagine that kuna kitu kama hiyo inaweza fanyika. But when they are missing and the DNAs are not matching, then we are asking other questions. Is it uchawi? Is it rituals? Or what is it? What is it? What is it? I heard that some speculations about some mysterious ambulances that were seen at JKIA. Hiyo yote pia nilisikia, things like that. I don't know whether those things are true, but we need to get to the bottom of this story. We don't want to speculate anymore. Parents are hurting out there. We want to assume that wherever these kids are, they are safe somewhere. Somebody is not trying to hurt them or something. Or even if you are there or you know where these children are, please, or you know something about what happened in that fire, please come out and tell us exactly what really happened. People are asking a lot of questions. A lot of questions are not answered. How this fire started, why there were no fire drills in these particular schools and things like that. Where was the matter? We are asking so many questions that we need answers. We need answers. We need real answers in this particular matter. Gypsy Corner is telling me Kenya needs to be sanitized. Yes, I agree with you. Tunataka to sanitize hii nchi. That is the only way. Because utasikia in some quarters some people are agreeing to wacha hiyo imeenda hivyo. You know, the government should not be held accountable for this. The government of Kenya is in charge of your security, is in charge of the security of those particular children, is in charge of the safety of those particular children who are missing, is in charge to give us information on what is happening with the investigation. They need to be giving us briefs on that investigation. And what is the mainstream media doing? Wanafanya nini? Kina KTN, kina Citizen. Kazi yao ni kuchase profits too. I mean, this is the biggest story here. Look for answers. Look for the minister. Push him to give you the right answers. Nini inaendelea na hii pale hao watoto walisomeka. Their parents need answers and nobody is giving us answers in this particular situation. We need answers. We need answers to this particular situation. Yeah, we need real answers. Zalendo, let Kenyans allow the government to upgrade our airport, but give airport employees priority. Yes, I agree with you, Laban. Yes, as much as we want to upgrade, there are pros and cons of this kind of arrangement. First, it compromises our security as a nation when you give a foreigner to take over your entry ports. That is a security breach already. That is why you see most international airports belong to the country. You see security forces there, and you see government money, because that is a point of entry. So there are pros and cons. First, it will bring efficiency. Secondly, you will not be able to dictate what you are saying there. That the owner who has taken over JKIA, you will be giving him again instructions. No, that was not part of the agreement. The agreement is that he also wants to make profit. At the same time, when he wants to make profit, he has to bring in people who will deliver at that airport. You just don't bring some other Kenyans who wanawacha bags ziskaniwe hapo, hata kama imebeba cocaine na nini, pesa inapita 600 million kwa airport. You still want us to retain those kind of workers? So that cannot happen. You see, we have reached a point where we are corrupt everywhere. So when this other gentleman wants to run the airport, when something like that happens, first he will be he will be kicked out almost immediately. So you will want efficiency. And Kenyans, the way we are wired in corruption, I am telling you, so many people have to go because uh, for for this guy attorney, I think he wants to bring efficiency. Efficiency. So for me to run an airport, I also need to earn some money in it and also deliver for the government. If I have a workforce that is bloated and they are doing a lot of nothing, like the way you go to the airport, you find all these people walking around, seemingly like they don't even have anything to do. Those ones will be laid off. That one I can assure you. They'll be laid off, paid off to go and find some work elsewhere, or the government can deploy them to other airports like Kisumu, iko na airport international, like hii ingine inaitwaje, Eldoret now is a city, it has an airport. They can be deployed. Kwetu huko kuna Kabunde airport, people can be deployed there. But for JKIA, since you have tried to, you have gone private, be rest assured that privatization comes with efficiency. Privatization comes with technology. Privatization comes with, service delivery. Yeah, so attorney definitely will come with a team, or if he has people who will train the Kenyans that you want to still retrain, get back their jobs. Yes, they will be considered, but that is not a guarantee that all of them will be considered in those particular positions. So let us wait and see what happens with the attorney acquisition of JKIA. I know it is on a contract basis, so but the government wants efficiency. But again, the government is pumping a lot of money into these parastatals that are bringing nothing. So sometimes you let it go so that it generates money. That money can be used elsewhere. There are so many things that the government is doing that it's not supposed to do. But the airport is not one of them. The airport is a very, very sensitive area that needs government monitorization each and every time. It is not something that you leave for a foreigner to man for you. Otherwise, you will have so many people coming in and checked. So that is what is going to happen. Remember, Danny's brother, who was jailed in the US for defrauding, he got 144 years, but sadly died in jail. Okay, Gypsy has got some story there that I didn't even know. That one of the Adani brothers was jailed in the US for defrauding. I said that this story I'll follow in up today, Kenyan time, so that we can come up with some good facts about the Adani and what they are going to do at JKA and what they are coming in with that the Kenyan people could not manage. So long as there is no nepotism in Kenya and tribalism and corruption, This is all corruption. Corruption is the one that now makes us invite people we assume that can do a good job because we are so corrupt and we can't deal with the corruption. So instead of getting the right people to run Kenya Power, we bring in somebody to take over Kenya Power and run it on our behalf, because sisi tumeshindwa, yani sisi tumeshindwa na vitu zetu, tumeshindwa na corruption, tumeshindwa kuran serikali, tumeshindwa kuran hizo airports, so lazima tupeane. If it is a good thing, if it's going to bring efficiency, if it's going to boost the economy of the country, then that is good. And I believe with a private entity, so long as they are not corrupt, so long as they are not what Gypsy is saying on the comment section, then we believe that they are going to give us some good service in the duration that they will be in operating JKA airport. With that said, guys, I think we have done 1 hour of Mzalendo Uncensored today. Today at around 10 o'clock, we'll be here with the story of the children who are missing. I'll follow it up throughout to ensure if you have information out there, please bring for us information, any information that uko nayo uko nje about these kids who are still missing, and I understand that there are 93 of them. So to the families, my condolences, and to the security organs working on this particular case, please brief us about what is happening in that case. Parents need to have answers. We also need answers to this particular bizarre incident that happened. Children cannot just burn like that and then others are missing. 93 of them are missing, and we don't have answers. DNA samples are taken, they are not even matching. So please let us get the right answer. And the Minister for Internal Security, we should not be sleeping. Right now, some heads should be rolling. If we cannot get answers by tomorrow, somebody should be sacked. Somebody should be sacked, and that is the nature. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much for being Gypsy Corner and Laban. Asanteni sana for being in Mzalendo Uncensored. Until later today, we are going to still dwell on the Atani brothers to find out their roots, to find out if they are going to do us some good service at JKA. Until we meet again, good night.